Okay, sorry for the poor lighting here. Probably just a little bit, but we're going to start the net here on the MRA in just a few minutes, maybe a little less. Might be a little better. A couple of people have already pre-checked in, standing by for the net. Watching a little bit of video here, some updates. Keeping track of local weather.
Good evening, everyone. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Uniform Oscar Romeo calling the Metro Richmond ARES net for Thursday, April 11th. Your net control station this evening is KO4UOR. My name is Scott. If at any time during this net you should need to relay emergency traffic, please use the word brake, and the net will yield for your traffic and assist in any way we can. Metro Richmond ARES is part of the ARRL and the Virginia Section ARES program. This net meets weekly on Thursdays at 7 p.m., 1900 hours on this repeater, 145.430. The purpose of this net is for training and announcements for the amateur radio community with an emphasis on emergency communication. We ask that all participating stations follow standard net procedures that would be used during an active emergency net. There is no requirement to be an ARES member. All amateurs who are within range of this repeater, regardless of location or affiliation, with proper license class, are invited and encouraged to participate in this net. Again, this is KO4UOR with the Metro Richmond ARES net. Okay, some general housekeeping before we get started with check-ins. This is a directed net, which means stations must be acknowledged by the net control station before proceeding with comments or discussion. One feature of this net is the discussion of the day. The discussion of the day is intended to be a way to learn more about amateur radio, emergency preparedness, and general safety, so we hope everyone will participate. The topic this week is Hamfests. Seems like April is the kickoff. I'm sure there were some in March, but I'd like to know what your plans are for the upcoming Hamfests. I think there was one last weekend in Raleigh. Would love to have a report from anyone that went to that one. That's probably a really big one. And there's one this Saturday up in Ruckersville, just north of Charlottesville, the second edition of Fall Fest. And the following Saturday, a week from this Saturday, is the 6-meter net sponsored tailgate at Hatcher Memorial Baptist Church.
Oh, we're going to miss those.
So anyway, I'd love to hear what your recent experiences have been with Hamfests and what your plans are for this spring and summer as far as which events you plan to attend. All right. I will be taking check-ins in two groups. The first group is mobile and portable stations, and then the second is all other stations. When checking in, I only need your call sign phonetically and your first name. I will get your location and a received signal report when I call back for comments. If you are identify yourself as such. All right, let's get started with check-ins.
So when they changed the preamble, they mashed everybody together into one
Mobile and
group.
portable stations. Are there any mobile or portable stations wishing to check into the net? And again, I just need your call sign and your first name. Please call now.
Engine 19, Engine 18, Top 7,
This is Kilo Delta 6, Foxtrot, Mike. Ron, Romeo Oscar November.
Unit 3. Engine 19, Engine 18, Top 7, Safety 1, and Battalion 2. Inside gas
This is
24, West, Lock Lane, Unit 3.
Kilo 4 Echo, X-ray, X-ray.
On Engine 3. Timeout, 1903.
Just thinking they're the typical first two, both being technically portable, using outside, or I'd say outside antennas. I don't know if they're really outside, but they're connected
All right,
separately
Net
to the
Control
radios.
acknowledges Kilo Delta 6, Foxtrot, Mike, Ron, and Kilo 4, Echo, X-ray, Don. Are there additional mobile and portable stations wishing to check in to the net? Please call now.
This is Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Juliet Alpha, Kenny.
Engine 12. Jeff, Dane. 3535, Elwood Avenue, at Public Supermarket. Engine 12. Jeff, Dane. 3535,
All right, Net
Elwood
Control
Avenue,
acknowledges Kilo Quebec 4,
Wall Street,
Papa
North Dance Farm
Juliet
Street, North Pound
Alpha
Street.
Kenny.
On tap channel
All right, let's go to the top of the list. We're going to take comments from the less stable stations first. Up to you, Ron. Please share your comments with us regarding Hamfest. So do you plan to attend any this spring and summer? And have you attended any recently? KD6 FFM. Please come with your comments.
7.5 minutes in the net.
KD6 FFM,
Three check-ins,
Ron
we're
West
taking
Rico.
comments.
I have no traffic. I'll be passing on either net. I don't know how to get around, so I'll be passing on both those nets, and I have never participated in them at this time. Over.
Nets or Hamfests?
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Ron, your signal is excellent. Almost full quieting into the repeater, as far as I can tell. And I have not yet purchased or sold any ham equipment at all, much less at a Hamfest or tailgate event. But I like to go for the eyeball QSOs. It's really fun to put a face with a voice that you've talked to many times, and just see if the picture you had in your mind matches the actual visage. Anyway, let's go to Don, K4UOR. Please share your comments with the net.
Scott's going to be disappointed, but you can always go to QRZ and find somebody's picture.
I have not been to a I use Pennsylvania twice a year for a car show and swap meet. And there were some radio equipment sold at a place like this. They sold everything. You name it, they had it. I sold a couple of cars I buying stuff there. So I do like shopping like that. I used to go to a flea market all the time. Back when I could get around good. But here lately I don't get around very well. And although I have a automatic wheelchair, there's something wrong with it. I think the battery just needs to be charged. But I would like to go to like the tailgates you're talking about. Maybe somebody could give us an address on that later. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good evening. It's supposed to start raining, but I've been sitting here all day watching for it. All I've gotten is a little mist. Back to the net.
Google Maps is your friend. We know where it is.
Okay, very good, Don. Some noise on your signal as per usual, I think, but got most of it. There was one or two times where you didn't quite hold the repeater. But we got a little peek at the sun here a few minutes ago, and we haven't had enough rain to really knock down the pollen. We've had less than a quarter of an inch, maybe less than a tenth of an inch. But several times during the day, the street has been wetted thoroughly. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go to Kenny, KO4UOR PJA. Kenny, please share your comments with the net.
Hey, thank you. This is KO4 PJA. I am currently stationary in Midlothian. I have never been to a Hamfest. I am a new ham. Only had my license for just over a month. So I would like to go to one. I may, if chances work out. I'm supposed to be going to Charlottesville area this weekend. Maybe I'll try to go up to Ruckersville if the timing works out. But absolutely, I'd love to be able to go to one and see it. Maybe find some equipment that I could use. Since being a new ham, I'm a little light on that, but I think it would be an interesting experience as well. But that's about it. Back to Mexico.
Yeah, Roger. Let's see. You have a nice strong signal tonight, Kenny. Thank you for checking in. And for Don and anyone that doesn't already have it, the tailgate event sponsored by Central Virginia 6-Meter Group is Saturday the 20th from 8 until noon. Saturday the 20th from 8 until noon. And it's in the back parking lot of Hatcher Memorial Baptist Church. And the address is 2300 Dumbarton Road. 2300 Dumbarton Road. That's near Bryan Park in Lakeside. And then the other one I mentioned, Fall Fest, is at Ruckersville Elementary School, and that one is this Saturday. And I think that one starts at 8 as well, but runs all day. But Fall Fest is at 105 Progress Place. 105 Progress Place in Ruckersville, Virginia. And they just started Fall Fest last year, and it was very well attended, very well received. So I think that would be a good one to go to. Little far for me, about an hour and a quarter from here, but I know a couple folks who are going, and that's going to be a good one. Anyway, this is Kilo Oscar 4 Uniform Oscar Romeo calling the Metro Richmond ARES Net. All right. Let's get check-ins from our other group. Well, really from anyone. All stations wishing to check into the Metro Richmond ARES Net. Please call with your call sign phonetically and your first name. All stations, please call now.
Number 4, Whiskey Lima Charlie, Bill.
station calling. Please give me your call sign again twice slowly, and I'll try to pull you out of the noise.
Rescue 2. Jeff. A. 3001. North Arthur Ashe Boulevard. Happy Diamond.
Net Control acknowledges November 4 Whiskey Lima Charlie Bill, Whiskey 4 Romeo Tango Hotel Bob, Kilo Oscar 4 Lima X-Ray Juliet Jim, and there was another station after him that I couldn't quite hear. Please call, all additional check-ins. Please call now.
1308 Alder Street. Engine 1 and Battalion 3. Person shot. 1308 Alder Street. Off Street, turn north 18th Street and Blue Page Street.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Alpha Delta. Randy and Lester Henrico.
This is Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo November Tango David North Chesterfield.
Net Control, this is William, Kilo 4, Alpha, Romeo, X-Ray.
Kilo November 4, Kilo November Lima, Larry.
All right. Net Control acknowledges Kilo Oscar 4 Kilo Alpha Delta Randy, our net manager. Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo November Tango David. Kilo 4 Alpha Romeo X-Ray William.
Yay!
Kilo November 4 Kilo November Lima Larry. And Ron, Ron, I think you settled with William. I heard
No chance.
November Hotel and your name. Please give me your call sign again. Okay, Ron, thank you for that. I'm only missing one character now. There was a little burst of static. I wrote Kilo Oscar 4, question mark, November Hotel.
RNH. Oscar 4, Romeo November Hotel.
Never assume you can be heard by Net Control or the repeater.
All right, thank you very much. Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo November Hotel. All right, let's go up to Bill. Our topic this evening is just Hamfests and tailgate events. Seems to be the season, and I'm planning to attend the 6-meter group tailgate next Saturday. I had hoped to go up to Ruckersville on this Saturday for Fall Fest number 2, but I have a scheduling conflict. So I just curious to know, have you been to any
Check messages.
Hamfest
Refill my coffee.
tailgates already this year? And what are your plans for the spring and summer as far as attending those types of events? Bill, N4WLC, good evening, sir. Please share your comments.
KO4UOR is N4 and everybody out there. I'm all bought up, I think. Not planning on attending any of those. Last one I've been to was the Frost Fest, and I don't think I'll be doing the 6-meter tailgate because we have the 10K run that weekend, that Saturday, so won't be able to attend that. I'm just here, been working on taxes, and I owe, so I've got to pay them, or they'll come after me, I guess. Yep, I'm all bought out for right now. Most of the stuff I would probably order would be online if I need anything. So that's about the size of it. 73 all, Z4WLC back to net.
All right, Bill. Thanks very much. I believe that I attended Frost Fest back in the late 80s, early 90s. I think it was before my kids were born, so that would mean it was before 93. And, of course, I wasn't a ham at the time, but I was interested. And if it was, in fact, a Frost Fest, and I think it was out at the old Rose's store on 9 Mile Road, I think. It was a vacant department store, but a big indoor venue, and don't remember a lot about it other than it being very active, pretty well packed. So I know a lot of people miss Frost Fest very, very much. But anyway, good signal as always, Bill. Good luck with the taxes. Thank you for checking in. Next, we're going to go to Bob, W4RTH. Good evening, Bob. Please share your comments with the net.
Granola bar.
David and everybody on the net. Yes, you're right. The Rose's store was a Frost Fest years ago. It was on Mechanicsville Pike. I used to sell some items out there every once in a while from Glen Fields and a whole bunch of other hams who were selling items. It's a good time. And then, of course, they moved to the Raceway Complex. But anyway, that's the last Hamfest I attended with the Frost Fest a few years ago. And the other one I'm planning on going to right now is the 6-meter tailgater group on the 20th. Used to go to Berryville and some of the rest of them, but the people I knew that we all got together once either passed away or gotten older like me, so we don't do it too often anymore. But anyway, I am doing a tailgating party on the 20th, so that's about all I've got, Scott. Turn it back over to you, though.
KO4UOR. Well, thanks for checking in, Bob, and thank you for those comments. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Berryville and, of course, Dayton. And I know a lot of members from the Williamsburg Club attend Hamcation in Orlando. But as far as Berryville goes, I think I calculated that that's about a 2.5-hour drive for me. And that's almost long enough to justify staying overnight. And I'm not sure if Berryville is 1 day or 2. But anyway, yeah, it might make sense to, I don't know, load up a big 15-passenger van with 10 hams or so. You got to leave space for purchases coming back. But, do a big carpool. Safer for everyone and share the expense. But, anyway, just thinking out loud. Next we go to KO4LXJ. Jim, please share your comments with the net, sir.
So yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make the Hatcher event. I'm helping out with the 10K that day. When I was studying for my tech license, I actually drove down to Gloucester Point because that was the next exam that was being administered and I didn't want to forget everything that had been studying for. But anyhow, during that trip, I found out that they were having a tailgate swap meet. So I have done one swap meet down there at Foster Point, and I just added the summer field day to my calendar. It looks like we might get back from a trip in time to attend that. So that's kind of my experience. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Lima X-Ray Juliet, Jim in Mechanicsville.
Okay, very good, Jim. Yeah, Gloucester. Yeah, I think that's I'm thinking of a group with the initials MARK. I don't know if that would be that one. Can't remember what that stands for, or MARC rather, MARC. But anyway, yeah, I've attended the 6-meter tailgate 3 times before, and I'm intimidated by buying and selling used ham gear, or by purchasing anyway, used ham gear, because I know I don't have the capability to repair it myself should it need it. But I guess the thing is, if you're buying a radio, hopefully they can put power to it or a battery to it, and you can try it out. And hopefully you're paying a fraction of the new price, so it's worth any risk there might be in it not being 100% as new, let's say. But anyway, I know there are a lot of veterans out there that know how to do it and can fix their own equipment or have friends who do. All right. At the bottom of the hour, I'm going to stop and take a few more check-ins, but for now, let's go to Randy, KO4KAD. And before I pass it to Randy, I wanted to let Jim and Bob know that they were both nice and strong into the repeater. Good signals. Randy, KO4KAD. Please share your comments.
So we have a Rondon and a Jim Bob.
KO4UOR, KO4KAD, good evening, Scott. And
Understood.
the group, thank you for running the net tonight, Scott. You always do a great job. And as far as my comments, well, first, let me, I've been kind of halfway listening, so if somebody else already mentioned this, forgive me, but the 6-meter tailgate is at 2300 Dumbarton Road in Lakeside, Virginia. Next Saturday, I think it was Don that was asking for address. Hatcher Memorial Baptist Church. And yeah, that's really, I haven't been a ham but 3 or 4 years. And the COVID kind of did Hamfests in. They seem to be starting to come back, so hopefully I will get to go to quite a few. I have been to the tailgate, the 6-meter tailgate, quite a few times, and always walked away with something. In fact, this radio I'm talking on, I got 2738. I got from the last 6-meter tailgate, and got a really good deal on it, and been very happy with it. And I will be going to the tailgate this next weekend because I have been blessed to work the first water stop, so I should be out of that event by 9 o'clock, and I'm going to go see the guys at the 6-meter tailgate. So that's all I've got for this week. I'll turn it back over to you, Scott. This has been KO4KAD.
So Net Manager was not paying attention during the net.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. Yes, and thank you to all who have volunteered to help Jim, W4PKR, with the Monument Avenue 10K. It is a shame that it coincides with the date of the tailgate, but yeah, Randy, hope you can make it by. I hope you are dismissed as early as you expect to be. Water stop 2. Okay, very good. All right, this is Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Oscar Romeo, calling the Metro Richmond ARES Net. Are there any additional stations wishing to check in? If so, please call now.
As you can tell, people are on 220. They're not interested. Of course, I'm not sure all of them are.
All right, nothing heard, so we'll continue down the list. And when we reach the end, we'll call for check-ins one more time. All right, next on our list is Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo November Tango. David, please share your comments with the net, sir.
KO4UOR KO4RNT. Yeah, I have been to the 6-meter Hamfest once. I didn't get there last year, but I think it was the year before. And I liked looking at all the stuff. I didn't necessarily know enough about which to buy and which not to buy. There were a lot of things. A lot better this year. And going to Ruckersville with Jim, before PKR, and me, we're going to drive up Saturday. And I think some of the other RAS people are going, and we'll meet them up there. Also, I'm going to try and go to the 6-meter Hamfest tailgate. And I would like a lot of stuff. Let me take a second. I'd like to find me an old signal generator. That would be nice. I don't know if they still make VTEMs anymore. So that would be fun to find one of those. I think we have to fix it up though. I'd love to find an old radio, like an All-American Pie. As a kid, I had one without a case, and I plugged it in behind my dad's chair, and I would listen to The Shadow Knows. The Shadow Knows what the deep in the hearts of men. And that was a lot of fun. Take a second.
Just checking the radar.
But also, I'm getting ready to move, so anything large could present a problem, but I'd be willing to try and make that happen. So with all that, I will return to net control. KO4UOR, KO4RNT.
All right, thank you very much, David. Yeah, you keep talking about moving, but I'm not sure you're really going to do it. You've been talking about it so long, I'm starting to disbelieve. No, just kidding.
Just spit it out.
We'll miss you. We'll have to talk to you on HF. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, your signal was pretty good, but a moderate amount of static on your signal. I don't know if that's usual or not, but 100% readable. Let's go downtown to visit William, K4ARX. Good evening, William. Please share your comments with the net.
KO4UOR from K4ARX. Good evening. Down here in the bottom of the Shaka Valley. Not a whole lot going on. Will not be participating with the Memorial 5K. Chances are slim for the 6-meter tailgate or any other Hamfest. Back over to you, K4ARX. No point in drawing it back out again.
Roger. And of course, your signal is excellent into the 543 machine. probably shifting to the right angle. You may be able to see it from your house. I don't know. All right. Next, we'll go to Ron, KO4RNH. Ron, please share your comments with the net, and please let us know where you are. And I'm not sure that I've had a QSO with you before, so welcome to the net.
Keep your log. You'd know better.
Yeah, I've spoken with him before. It's been a while since I've been on here, probably a year or so. And the only Hamfest I attended was one at Laurel Park when I actually went for my ham technician license. So that's, yeah, probably the only one I've been to and will go to, I guess. KO4RNH, back to net.
Okay, Ron. Yeah, thanks for checking in. And yeah, Laurel Park, if you were testing there, that may very well have been summer field day for the Rats Club, because I think that's their regular location for that event. And I've been there once or twice. Yeah, that's a good one. But glad to hear you back on the air, Ron. Next, let's go to Larry, KN4KNL. Good evening, Larry. Please share your comments with the net.
KO4UOR, KN4KNL, Larry in Midlothian. Scott, you sounded a little bit muffled tonight on the reception here in Midlothian. I don't know if that's something here or something going on with you, but you know, usually all your transmissions, when I hear you, come through very, very clear, and tonight it seems a little bit muffled. But to the question of the day, haven't been to any Hamfests this year. Last year I went to a big one down in North Carolina. It wasn't the Raleigh one that's coming up in April, but I went to one that was, I forget the county, it was way down very close to the Georgia border, and it was quite a trip. I went down the day before because it was about a 4-hour drive from here, and it was held at a county fairgrounds, and it was something to see because a lot of the hams came with their RVs and parked in this rather large, very large county fairground. And then there also was one indoor building, but really all the action was outside, so that was fun. And I was able to see my son on the way back and stop with him. I don't think I'll be going to any this year like Bill and 4WLC. I'm kind of moneyed out with things I've already purchased this year, so don't want to be tempted. KN4KNL, back to you, Scott.
It sounds like the Greenville Spartanburg Hamfest down in South Carolina.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much, and thank you for that signal report. I was not aware of that, and on this transmission, I'm a little farther from the mic. Let me know if that made a difference. And I was wondering if the Hamfest you described in southern North Carolina was the Shelby Hamfest?
Yes, Scott, now that you mentioned the name Shelby, that was the one that I went to last year. KN4KNL.
All right. Yeah, I heard that was a good one and a big one. And that's pretty cool that people camp out and stay for both days. All right. We have reached the bottom of the list, so it's time to give one more call for check-in.
That's it?
This is KO4UOR with the Metro Richmond ARES Net. Are there any additional stations wishing to check into the net? If so, please call now with just your call sign phonetically and your first name.
Where's Gavin? I thought he was ready for this.
22, engine 21,
Recheck, KO4.
electrical fire. 3827, Woodmere Drive. Engine 22,
Recheck,
engine 21,
K4EXX.
safety 1, and battalion 4. Electrical fire. 3827, Woodmere Drive. Call streets are hourly
Alright. No new stations heard, but I heard David, KO4RNT, ask for a recheck. And then after he finishes, we'll go over to Don, K4EXX. Go ahead, David. Recheck.
KO4RNT. I just wanted to provide you a little information about my move. It is happening. I know it's been touted over the airwaves for a while, but it really is going to happen. The power, electricity, the phone, my car is gone. My car was gone the 8th of this month, April. But all the other things will be cut off the 6th of May. And then I will be driving to North Dakota with my son. And I can even give you an address in North Dakota, which I won't do over the air. But it's in Dickinson, North Dakota. And with that, I will return to KO4UOR. Net control, KO4RNT.
That's a decent trip from here.
All right, David, thank you for that. Thank you for that confirmation that the move is on. All systems go. And for anyone that hasn't talked to David at length about it, it's a pretty cool story. He's going to be moving in with family, and his son that is traveling with him is also moving there from Richmond. So if you have a chance to have a QSO with David about that, I recommend it. Over to you, Don, K4EXX.
KO4RNT, K4EXX. I just wanted to say I have noticed today, in monitoring the radio today, that there were several new hams that have just gotten their license recently. And I just wanted to say congratulations to them. And I did notice that they didn't seem to have the mic fright that I had when I first started. So that's good. They carried on like they sound like they've been around for a long time. So I just want to say congratulations to them. K4EXX, back to net.
Yes, very good, Don. You're right. I know I heard a couple this afternoon, and it was kind of fun to hear, folks who have been hams for a while almost lining up to welcome them to the hobby one after the other. That was pretty cool. All right. At this point, I wanted to let you know about other ARES and MCOM nets that happened during the week. On Monday night at 1900 hours, yeah, that's right, the Powhatan ARES net meets on the 147315 repeater. Also on Monday night, the Goochland County MCOM net meets at 2000 hours on the 147.27 Gum Springs repeater. On Tuesday night, the Dinwiddie County ARES net meets at 1900 hours on the 147.390 repeater. And before I continue, if anyone has a correction or an addition to any of these nets that we list, please share that with me at the end of the list. Also on Tuesday nights, the Chesterfield ARES Net meets at 2100 hours on 147.360. Also on Tuesdays, you can check into the Chesterfield County ARES WinLink Net. More information is available at ChesterfieldARES.us. ChesterfieldARES.us website. On Wednesdays, all day long, you can check into the WinLink Wednesday Net by sending a WinLink message to David at KN4LQN@winlink.org. On Wednesday nights at 2000 hours, the Tri-Cities MCOM Net meets on the 147.390 repeater. Is there anyone on frequency who has a correction or addition they'd like to offer to this list? If so, please call now. All right, nothing heard. Okay, I will now proceed to close the net. But before I do, I would like to thank all those stations who participated and the stations that stood by to give us the time for this net. I would like to thank the MRA group for the use of their repeater. We had 12 check-ins tonight, including myself.
13.
The Metro Richmond ARES Net is now closed, and this repeater is returned to regular amateur radio use. 73, everyone. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Oscar Romeo. I'll be clear and monitoring.
Just checking to see if you could find this information on the MRA website as far as listening to the net. I don't see a link. So you're getting all the information from the net that you might need right here at Amateur Radio X-Ray. K4ARX monitoring. Areas. He's late.
KO4UOR, KO4RNT.
KO4RNT, KO4UOR.
Hey Scott, have you loaded down onto your machine?
Chocolate.
Say that again. You asked if I had loaded something on my machine.
Laundry, dishes?
Correct. Have you loaded VARA HF, that's VARA,
Oh,
space HF, or VARA FM, in order to do WinLink?
I have not, and I expressed an interest in VARA, AC and FM, to Donnie, KB4MIC, and he advised me to start with WinLink before moving over to VARA. Apparently, they share a lot in common, but maybe WinLink is easier to get started with. Is that your experience, or have you done both?
KO4RNT Friday. I loaded down WinLink Express, and that worked fine and figured it out. But the trouble is, that did not provide me with the HF or FM link, and that's what loading down VARA HF and FM is supposed to do. The
trouble is somewhere loading it down I have screwed up. And when I load down HF, it takes out FM, and when I load FM, it takes out HF. So there's an operator error there, and I haven't figured it out yet. So I was looking for an Elmer. Over.
Trying to get the lowdown on the VARA FM, huh?
Well, you're a smart man to be looking for an Elmer, and maybe you could use the Rats Club website to get connected with somebody who is well versed in that topic. I know there are a lot of WinLink folks out there. Randy might be able to help. Randy does WinLink, and he may do VARA. I'm not sure. Michael, K9VA or something like that. But yeah, maybe somebody is on frequency that could answer questions about that topic. I cannot. KO4UOR, back to you. Yeah, Scott, I know about the Rat Elmer. I just haven't pursued that yet. But thank you very much. I thought maybe you were doing it, and I would check your information or pick your brain. I guess it's the same. So KO4UOR. KO4RNT, thank you, and 73, I'll be clear. All right, David, 73, and I would say that it is highly likely that within calendar year 2024, I will learn how to use WinLink at least, and maybe VARA as well. So, you have a good night, David. KO4UOR. I'm going to say 73 and go QRT.
Well, I guess that's it.